But GSP, I gotta ask, where are you right now?
Well, I had a little inconvenient. I had to go to the passport office this morning. It was an emergency, so it derailed a little bit all my schedule. But the good news is I'm here with you and ready to do this. Sorry for this trouble.
No, 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 I like it. I think that's the most relatable thing for any Canadian. We've had to go to the passport office or do something. But today, tickets went on sale at 10 a.m. for your Toronto show, September 29th at Meridian Hall. This will be such a unique and amazing experience for fans. Why did you want to do something like this?
Well, I had a bestseller when I came out with a book, and I think it's a good story. It could inspire a lot of people. And when we did the project with the book, there was still a lot of stuff that I couldn't talk about because my story was not over, and a lot of personal stuff I couldn't talk about it. And now doing this project, it's gonna be like an update on the story that I've told, but with a lot more detail and a lot new stuff. And I think a lot of people can identify to my story as well. They can learn, and also it's also an occasion for me to meet the fans at the same time.
I think the immediate question I have to ask you right now is Canadians want to know, are you planning on doing other shows across the country?
Yeah, of course. The plan is to do a lot of different cities. We start with Toronto, and I'm sure it's gonna be great. But then after we plan on going on all the major city in the country, and also US, Europe, and all around the world. What one thing, if I can add, we live in a world dominated by the social media nowadays. But I'm still a good old fashioned person. I like to meet my fans in person and talk to them in person. So it's a good way for me to connect with them.
Well, I'm also a good old-fashioned person. I'm excited to meet people in person like both of you. But you brought up social media. You recently posted on social media, even if I'm scared, I'll do it regardless. Do you get scared at all doing public speaking or sharing part of your story? Because I'm sure it wasn't easy to tell some of it for those of us that know it or read your book to now being able to tell it a little bit more.
Well, I am not as scared as I was when I had to fight, but it's still stressful. But that's what I'm gonna talk about it as well. How I deal with stress, with the fear, how I give some tricks how people can use to deal with their stress. Then I can apply the same trick that I did, and I still do it every day of my life. And also how I built my team. Of course, I compete. I was alone in the octagon, but what people sometimes don't realize is that I had a very good team around me. I would never have been able to achieve what I've done without my team. And I've made some mistake. I'm gonna talk about it. I've been betrayal. I was heartbroken at times, but I learned from my mistake, and it was a learning experience for me that I'm gonna talk about. That I think people can identify themselves to it and grow from that.
Obviously, we know your impact from, being an elite athlete. And you talk about, learning from your mistakes. You recently awarded the Order of Canada, and a lot of that focus was what your foundation does, especially when it comes to mental health. What has it been like watching your impact that you've had through your story and your foundation when it comes to mental health on all ages?
Yeah, for me, it's more than that mental health. I try to target the kids, the youth. I think if we take care of the youth, the future will be brighter. And I mean, future is already bright, but I want to make it even better. And that's what all my foundations are about to make sure the kids stay focused on education and school, and then they know how to canalize their negative energy through sport, art, doing what they're passionate about. And I think it's very important.